Okay, morning people. I was gonna make this video a minute ago, and then I'm struggling with my seat. Um, there we go. Yeah, I'm one of those weird people who doesn't sit properly in her chair. I'm like always crossing my legs, or yeah, I don't sit still very well. I can. It's just not that common, I guess. Anyways, the whole point of this video is because I've been making a lot of videos lately about how the trick to finding your love, your true love, is to actually learn to love yourself the way you want someone else to love you. But I feel like I need to come on here and be a little more transparent. Because as much as I say that, I'm not going to tell you it's easy or that it doesn't involve effort. I am a human being, obviously, and you know, I have emotions and feelings. So I do have periods of time where I do get lonely, and I really wish I had a partner, especially being like a 5'1", 130-pound little person. There's a lot of things I can't reach. It's amazing what I can lift, though. I got some good mommy muscle, but yeah, I don't. It'd be nice to have somebody taller and bigger than me around. It'd be great. But the point is that I get that loneliness can really get us down. And that feeling like no one appreciates us or no one values us. You know what I mean? I know what that feels like. But when I tell you that by learning how to do that for yourself, learning how to value yourself, learning how to love yourself, the reason why that is so important is because we settle so often when we get into relationships for just being seen sometimes, just being appreciated occasionally. You know, I can honestly tell you, I mean, granted, I was in a long-term relationship until last year, but it was unhealthy and extremely abusive, obviously, something that I wouldn't recommend for anyone. However, the reason why I say that is because I can't tell you what a healthy relationship feels like. I can tell you from watching other people and from my psychological studies, right, because I'm a university, I can tell you what a lot of people perceive as a healthy relationship. But for me, my understanding, the more I research this, the more I get into it, is that in order to have a healthy relationship, it's not that you're going to be a perfect person. It's not that you're going to be the perfect partner. It's not that your partner is going to be fully healed. You know what I mean? It's none of that. What it's going to be is that you actually genuinely love yourself enough to know your limits so you won't settle for less than what feels good to you as a human being. Whatever that is, I'm not going to define that for you. That's kind of a personal thing. Because like I said, we're all human. No one's going to be perfect. So you have to, you know, it has something that feels healthy and holds you on the inside that doesn't leave you doubting whether the person loves you. That should never happen. You should never wonder if they love you. There should be no secrets. I'm a huge believer there should be no secrets between a committed couple in a relationship. I mean, if you want to see my phone, right? Like, if you want to hear who I was talking to and about what, go ahead. Because I personally, for me, I want my partner to be my best friend if I ever get one. I'm not saying I'm going to, but if I ever do, I want them to be my best friend. I want them to be the person that I tell everything to. So there is no secrets between me and my person if I ever get one. And I think that's essential to any good, healthy relationship. I mean, there's going to always be friends and family that you don't need to tell everything to, but you should always have that one person you can tell everything to. And for me, because I'm not super social and I don't have a huge social group, for me, I know it's going to need to be my partner if I ever get one. I'm not actively looking, so that's why I find that funny, because I'm not out there dating and I'm not out there trying to find my person. I'm just, yeah. And so, again, I recap. I know what it's like to be lonely. I know what it's like to want somebody in your life, right? As a single mom, let me tell you, it'd be nice just to have an adult conversation sometimes. Even though I'm not very adult-like, so it's just sometimes. The other thing too is that what really has helped me a lot in overcoming this need to have a physical attachment in the 3D, and eventually just settling for a crappy relationship because I'm too afraid of being alone or too lonely that I just take whatever comes my way. Let's face it, a lot of us will do that after a while. The biggest thing that's been helping me is every time I do start to feel that loneliness, is I will go in and meditate and connect to my other me's, my other higher selves. A lot of that for me happens when I'm dancing. I think music and dancing is just something that's, I don't know, I think all people need to do more of it, honestly. Right? Moving with the rhythm and the flow of the frequencies that create life. So I've had to connect to my higher selves. I've had to really focus on building that connection with myself and loving myself and talking to myself. And again, this isn't going to help you when you finally do start to date or have a relationship, because you are going to know yourself well enough that if the other person tries to gaslight you or tries to tell you that that's not what you think, or you're doing this because of that, you can be like, no man, I know myself. You're talking shit. What are you trying to manipulate me for? And that'll be the end of that. I wouldn't put up with that, and you're not going to be able to fix it, so just walk away from that one. Never get into a relationship where you think you can help the person or fix the person. It's not going to happen. Often we see the potential in people and it makes us want to help them be what we can see they can be. The problem is that's a personal choice. They have to want it. You can't make somebody want to be better if they're happy with who and where they are, right? Even if they're not happy, they just decided that's as best as it's going to get. You're not going to fix it. It's not your job. So always make sure that you're willing to accept the person as they are, where they are, just as they should be accepting you as you are, where you are. And that's why you need to know yourself really well, so that they don't make you doubt who and what you are, right? And then the other thing that's helped too is because I do go into these meditative states, I do focus on that I'm not my emotions, I'm not my body, I'm not even my mind or my ego. I've been calling, lately I've adopted this thing where I call my ego my AI, because my mind created the software program to process sensory input, and my brain is like my CPU because it's the one hosting and holding all the data for my AI, which is my ego. I'm not a nerd at all. Just maybe a little bit. I'm really not. Most of the time. Anyways, the thing is that by focusing on that these things aren't me, they're just parts of me, meaning the real me, the energetic me, the part of me that I can connect through by going into my body to, to make that connection. Because the connection often happens inside of our bodies to our energetic, our soul, our higher self. And it's because it's using all those electric signals and everything in our bodies to constantly communicate to us, because we just don't, until we start opening up our minds to the telepathic communication that comes from our higher selves, we don't always trust it. We think it's just our imagination. We think it's just crazy things, or you know what I mean? We disregard a lot of the communication we get from our higher selves because we just don't know yet. But the more you meditate, the more you'll start to recognize it. And it does get easier to recognize when it's your higher self communing with you and sending you little messages. I get little snippets of songs now sometimes when I listen to people or when I'm thinking about people. And it's actually a lot of fun for me. My higher self's an ass. Shouldn't surprise anybody, so am I. But humor is key too. I think that's just an essential part of life. But I just wanted to be transparent with everybody, because I know I'm telling everyone to go within. I know I'm telling everyone that to find real, true love, you have to love yourself first. But I just want you guys to know, I understand it's not a fucking easy concept, okay? I get it. I get that it's a challenging concept. But it's also the best one, because it's the one that's actually going to make you feel like that part of you that's missing isn't missing anymore. And that's something you can't get from another human. So it's important, as much as it might suck. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.